So the first thing I want to talk about is the center console. Now the center console of the Tesla Model 3 in particular it's very mediocre in my opinion. That piano black just really sucks, and it's terrible, and it scratches really easy. I don't even know, like I've seen it fade because people put certain chemicals on it, and it's just something you shouldn't have to deal with. And I really don't want you to deal with it. And there's great ways around it. You just wrap it. And basically when you wrap it, what I mean by that is you take a vinyl wrap, you know, the stuff that you wrap cars with, and you just put it on the center console. In my situation, I have satin white, and it looks awesome. The only issue is it's a little bit thin, and because it's white, it takes a little bit to clean, and it's pretty cool. Personally, I can't wait to change it out. I don't like that Tesla T underneath it, but I really like the 3 black bars at the top and just the overall look of the satin white. I think it's amazing. And the joy is there's so many different types of vinyl out there, so many different types of companies that offer all these different colors. You can really find what you are looking for. Your taste, your style. It's really cool. This is mine, so there you go. But I'd love to hear from you guys what you like. Next thing we're going to move on to is the windshield cover. This is one of my favorite things. It's the simplest thing. Every owner should have it. If you don't, you're crazy. All it is an insulated windshield cover. It's reflective. It's a little bit thick, so that insulation will keep heat out even better. And man, the reflectiveness is just awesome on it. Even when I'm in my car and I'm like sitting at a supercharger or something, you know me, I always complain about light shining in my eyes and it gets really annoying. So what I do is I just put that windshield up, and it's nice and reflective. It keeps the car cool, so I minimally have to run the AC when I'm hanging out in there. And it's just awesome. Nice privacy. Just great. And then when I'm not in the car and the car's outside, I love just putting it up. It's super simple. It's really nice and easy, and it blocks that huge light window that just lets in so much heat and light. It's awesome. I really would recommend it. The one that I'm going to put in the description here is one that I have. I have 2 of them. Each car has them because I just love it so much. They both need to have it. It's the first thing I got for each car, and it's just a nice, like, I just throw it in the back of the car and I set it up whenever I need it. Very nice. I like it. And the third thing that we're going to talk about is the USBs and what to do for your Sentry mode. So have a look at this. Sadly, this is an aftermarket thing, and you have to get this after you buy the car, or, you know, not with Tesla, which is a real bummer. I wish this system was just put in there. Like, you could just throw an SSD in there in the car already hidden where nobody can take it, but Tesla likes to complicate it in this situation or whatever. You've got 3 different types here. You'll notice this is the typical one that everybody uses, and then you've got these 2 outliers here. We're going to cover them all. The middle one is the typical one. It's also the worst one, surprisingly. And the reason for that is USBs are not entirely made to read, write, overlap, delete data constantly, like how the Model 3 does when you record your data. The other 2 are actually meant to do that. You'll see this one over here is what typical photographers, videographers use. It's what's recording this footage right now. And that is because it is made to write data, a lot of data, very fast. It's meant to delete data. It's meant to overlap on a card and all that kind of stuff. It's literally meant to do this. Then you have this SSD over here. This is an HDD, but this is just for an example. Then you have an SSD over here, and that is also a professional. It's literally meant to read, write, overlap, delete, do whatever, be very rough, give it a lot of data. That's what those things are meant for. My question is, why is everyone using this center one, including myself, when you can use those other 2 options? You may need some adapters and stuff, but I wanted to throw that out there for you. And I will admit, I do use the center USB. I use a 64 gig 3.0. I've noticed the brand new USBs, like the newest tech of them, are really good at it. They're of course not the best, but they're really good and they're pretty reliable. Over the 2 years of my 2018 Model 3, I have had to go through one, so I'm on my second one here, and that is because it did fail over the time. I guarantee you those will not fail. These 2 bad boys over here, they are literally meant to do this. So just a thought there. I'll link a really good 3.0
USB 64 gigabyte in the description. I'll also link some other of these things like this. Data is very important with these cars, and you have this system in your car and it works great. Last thing you want is the storage device to be the lacking factor. Let's get it all right the first time, so when you have a bad situation and you need it, you can access it easy. It's constantly overwriting perfectly, and you're just going to put yourself in a great situation rather than buying an old, I don't want to say it because the new ones are pretty good, but rather than buying an old USB that's just going to overlap the data and it's going to corrupt the files, or something bad's going to happen because it's not meant to do that constantly there.
All right, we're moving on to the second section. This is the bit more expensive section, but in my opinion, some of these things you're going to want to do like the first one. The first one is tint, and you really just want to do tint. I'm telling you, just even if it's a light shade or something like that, really just get it. Works great with that reflective windshield cover. It's perfect. I really think every Model 3 needs tint, and how crazy you want to go is up to you. Personally, both of my cars have the same type of tint and the same areas. So I have everything tinted all around horizontally, think like that. So I do not have the sunroof, is the only thing I don't have tinted. Personally, once again, my favorite tint that I've ever done is the windshield. I did 50% on the windshield, barely noticeable, but as usual, I'm complaining about my eyes and all the light or whatever. So having a nice 50% over that is great, and it's practically unnoticeable, and I don't see any distortion in the windshield when I'm looking out of it, even day or night. And tint can vary in price. You can literally just get pigmented tint, which I wouldn't recommend. You'd want to get something that does a little bit better heat rejection. Pigmented tint actually attracts more heat and lets more heat in, and that's literally just tint, clear tint with a dark pigment over it. What I have on my car is a ceramic tint, and all that is it's a clear ceramic tint that they then add a pigment over, so it's really nice. It offers a little bit better heat rejection, and you can go up even further from that. You can get like 3M crystalline, where it's crazy. It's like best in the class, but I just have Global Films, very inexpensive ceramic tint, we'll put it that way. Still comes at a pretty good price. Prices differ everywhere, so I think my windshield was about $100 to do, and then all around I think was $700, so I think it was $800 total, but I don't want to really get into prices because it's literally so different. You can go 25 miles up north and it's totally different pricing. Next thing we're going to talk about is the chrome delete. Definitely one of my favorite cosmetic mods. This with tint would be the first two things that I would do exterior wise. Even if you leave your wheels a light color or stock, I really think throwing a chrome delete on any color looks awesome. They all look good. Honestly, they all look good with glossy black. So if you want to go that route, there it is. Satin black is always another safe one too. It's a bit easier to clean. A little bit better with scratches, so when you go over it, glossy tends to scratch a little bit easier. So if you want to go the best, go satin black. It looks good on any color, I'm telling you. Man, the chrome delete is just the biggest game changer. And the other thing with chrome delete is it's up to you how far you want to go. If you want to just do around the windows just to take that chrome away a little bit, it's perfect. Me personally, I have every piece of chrome covered up. I don't like chrome at all, but if you want to rock a little bit of chrome here and there, you could do that. If you want to just do your Tesla T's and door handles, you can just black those out really nicely. It looks awesome. And leave the window chrome. It looks really good. I've seen that. Or if you want to go the whole thing like me, it's up to you. It's awesome. I think the crazy chrome delete that I did was 700 or 600, somewhere around that. So I expect something a little bit similar. But then again, different areas, who knows. And rocking on to the third more expensive one. This is one that I really think is needed. And when people talk about clear bra, you think of doing the whole front end or the whole car or whatever, all this kind of stuff. But I'm just going to keep it very simple because once again, the sky's the limit for you. I recommend at least just get that front bumper. And the reason why I say that is because if you start doing any more than that, you're going into the territory where it's actually less expensive to just paint the car, 5 years down the road or something like that. But personally, if I could do it all over again, I would just recommend get that front bumper only. That's the thing that takes all the bugs, all the rocks, all the snow or whatever, salt, whatever your situation is, sand. But if you just do that, that would be awesome. And that's really the way to go. Because the further you go, obviously the more expensive it gets, but you also start going into the territory that isn't so touched as much. And I've really started to learn that. Personally, I have my whole front done. So that's the hood, the fenders, the front bumper, the headlights. I would really recommend just bumper and headlights because my experience is that all the damage is on the front bumper. You could see my front bumper has taken a couple hits here and it's all on the clear bra, tons of rock damage and all that, and bugs and everything, and rough wiping because I gotta wipe all these bugs off, and it's just better if you have clear bra there. And then I've noticed everywhere else is kind of clear, and you don't really have to rub so intensely that could damage the paint. You don't have to worry about so many other things. Another note too is any clear bra that's more horizontally facing is more prone to sun damage and yellowing down the road. So if you don't want to remove it inch by inch 5 years down the road, just get the vertical, which would be the front bumper. Great place to start. Go further if you feel like it, but start there. All right, you guys, those are my 6 things split into 2 sections of what you can do for your Tesla Model 3. I hope you guys enjoy your beginning process of this car. It's a whole beast. There are so many different things you can do. By all means, please stray from this list that I gave you and go a little bit further, go more, go less. I don't care. Nobody cares. Just do whatever you want to make yourself happy at the end of the day. Man, that is the one thing I would totally recommend. If you could take anything away from this video, do what you want that will make you happy as an owner. Boom. The other stuff is just all great recommendations. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.